If you're over 50 and dealing with burning sensations, tingling feet, or numbness that seems to worsen the moment you lie down at night, this episode will change your life. Now picture this. You finally settle into bed after a long, exhausting day. Your body is heavy and you are so ready for rest. But within minutes, it begins. That familiar, painful tingling creeping through your toes. The burning sensation that simply won't quiet down. Or worse, the deep numbness that makes your legs feel like they belong to someone else. You shift positions, adjust the heavy blankets, and walk around the room. But nothing helps. Well, here is what most people are never told about nerve healing after 60. A groundbreaking study published by Kyoto University's Department of Neurology found something that completely changes how we look at nerve pain. They discovered that more than 65% of seniors with peripheral nerve symptoms did not experience worsening damage because of the nerve condition itself. Instead, researchers linked persistent symptoms to blocked nighttime repair due to poor circulation during sleep, preventing the nervous system from entering its natural recovery state. And there is more. Seniors who reported the greatest, fastest improvement in their nerve sensation all shared one very specific habit. Before bed, they drank specific targeted drinks designed to force their blood vessels open while they slept, flooding those starving nerves with oxygen and creating the internal environment where nerve repair actually becomes possible. And Japan's oldest practicing doctor has been treating countless patients through this exact nighttime protocol for decades. Tonight, he's going to show you the same process, including a secret Japanese tea that does incredibly well in rebuilding microcirculation. Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast. Doctor, I've been looking forward to this conversation all week.
Same for me, John. This episode could change everything because so many seniors believe their nerve damage is permanent, that once the tingling or numbness appears, nothing can reverse it. They think they just have to live with it, but the protocol I'm about to share challenges that belief entirely. Nerves are living tissue. They respond to their environment, and the chemical environment we create right before we sleep determines whether those nerves deteriorate or whether they begin to heal.
I feel that because for so many people I see, nerve symptoms represent way more than just physical discomfort. They represent fear. Fear of losing mobility, fear of losing their balance and falling, and the terrifying fear that something is permanently wrong with their body.
Exactly. And that fear itself becomes part of the problem. When the body perceives a threat, stress hormones rise, circulation constricts even further, and nerve repair slows dramatically. Tonight, we break that cycle. We are going to restore your blood flow from the inside out. We are going to give your nervous system exactly what it needs to recover while you sleep.
I can't wait to get into this, but before we begin, I want some engagement from everyone watching. Please pause the video right now and go to the comments and tell us for how many years you have been experiencing these symptoms. We want to know exactly what you're going through.
Yes, please share, because this routine meets you wherever you are. Whether your symptoms are mild or severe, the biological principles of healing remain exactly the same.
For me, I've had patients suffering from neuropathy for over 20 years, and we're still able to find relief. So tell us, what can we expect from tonight's session?
In the next few minutes, I will walk you through 4 specific healing drinks. 3 of them might be in your kitchen right now, and the 4th is a traditional Japanese secret for nerve health. I will also share the exact 90-minute rule you must follow, and the one common bathroom habit that will completely destroy the benefits of these drinks if you aren't careful.
I cannot wait to begin. But first, I have one critical question everyone needs to understand. Why do our nerves burn and tingle so much worse at night? What is actually happening in the body when we go to sleep?
This is the foundation, John. When you fall asleep, your heart rate and blood pressure naturally drop.
Okay, but that sounds like a healthy thing for the body to do.
For a young body it is. But after 60, our blood vessels become stiffer and narrower because we lose a molecule called nitric oxide, the chemical that keeps arteries wide open. So you have narrow pipes and suddenly the water pressure drops.
So the blood just can't make it all the way down to the feet?
Precisely. Your feet are the farthest points from your heart. The blood struggles to push through, and the tiny capillaries feeding your nerve endings become starved of oxygen.
And how do the nerves react to that?
They panic. Nerves are sensitive electrical wires. Without oxygen, they misfire, causing that intense burning, buzzing, and tingling. If they starve for too long, they shut down completely, which causes a numbness.
So basically, nighttime neuropathy is actually an oxygen delivery problem.
Exactly. The nerves are suffocating in the dark. Numbing pills just silence the alarm, but they don't put out the fire. To fix it, we have to widen the highways. We must force those vessels to stay open while you sleep.
That is a total paradigm shift. We're manually keeping the vessels open during the body's deepest repair window.
Yes. And the specific drinks we are covering today contain the exact biological compounds required to trigger that widening naturally, but they must be consumed correctly.
Speaking of giving your body the exact raw materials it needs to heal, I want to take a brief moment to share something incredibly exciting with our listeners. If you are realizing right now that what you consume directly controls how your body heals, then you are going to love what we have just created. We are officially releasing the Senior Health Cookbook, 24 healing recipes to lower blood pressure, protect memory, and rebuild muscle after 60. This ebook is built on the exact philosophy we talk about every week, food as medicine. It is not about strict miserable diets or counting every calorie. It is about adding specific, targeted ingredients to your plate to send healing instructions directly to your cells. We have included 18 core healing meals and 6 daily tonics, all with prep times between 5 and 15 minutes, because we know you don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. If you want to start fighting neuropathy, high blood pressure, joint pain starting, memory loss, or anything else with your very next meal, click the link in the description below to get your copy of the Senior Health Cookbook today. Now, let's get back to the pharmacy and your teacup. Doctor, what is the first bedtime drink to open up these blood vessels?
Drink number 1 is Hibiscus Tea. This beautiful crimson-colored tea is criminally underrated in Western medicine. Most people know it simply as a refreshing herbal drink, but its effects on the vascular system are profound.
Why is this so good to drink specifically before bed?
First and foremost, it is naturally 100% caffeine-free, so it will not interfere with your sleep architecture. But the real magic lies in its high concentration of anthocyanins. These are powerful antioxidants that specifically target and heal the endothelium.
The endothelium? What is that?
The endothelium is the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. When you have high blood sugar or chronic inflammation, that lining gets damaged and stiff. Hibiscus tea acts like a soothing balm for that inner lining, reducing inflammation and allowing the blood vessels to relax and widen.
I have heard some juices do that too. Why choose the tea?
Because of the sugar. This is incredibly important for seniors, especially those with diabetic neuropathy. Juices can be loaded with sugar, which spikes insulin and causes more nerve inflammation. Hibiscus tea has absolutely zero sugar. It has a wonderful, slightly tart flavor, almost like cranberry.
So it opens the vessels, heals the lining, and has zero sugar to spike your glucose before bed. That is a perfect nighttime drink.
It is. Brew 1 cup, let it steep for about 10 minutes to get all the active compounds out, and drink it warm. It calms the nervous system while opening the pathways to your feet. Now let's move to drink number 2, which has a very special dual action effect on sleep.
Alright, what is the second drink?
Drink number 2 is pure unsweetened Tart Cherry Juice. Now, I know I just warned against sugary juices, but Tart Cherry Juice is a unique exception when used correctly. It contains powerful compounds that reduce arterial stiffness, allowing the blood to flow more freely to the lower extremities.
But doesn't it have sugar? Won't that disrupt our sleep or spike our glucose?
It does have natural sugars, which is why we must follow the 4-ounce rule. You are not going to drink a massive 16-ounce glass of this. You are going to treat it like a medicinal shot. Just 4 ounces. That tiny amount keeps the glycemic load very low, but still delivers the medicinal benefits.
And you mentioned a dual action effect. What makes tart cherry juice so special for bedtime?
Tart cherries are one of the only natural food sources of melatonin on the planet. Melatonin is the hormone your brain produces to regulate your sleep-wake cycle. As we age, our natural melatonin production drops significantly.
So it actually puts you to sleep?
Yes. By drinking a 4-ounce shot of tart cherry juice, you are getting a natural dose of melatonin that guides your brain into deep, restorative sleep. And remember, deep sleep is the exact window when your body repairs damaged nerve fibers. So you are reducing arterial inflammation to get blood to the feet, while simultaneously triggering the deep sleep needed for the nerves to heal.
That is a brilliant combination. A 4-ounce medicinal shot. I love that framing. Okay, what is drink number 3?
Drink number 3 is the absolute king of circulation. If you want to force your blood vessels wide open, nothing on earth beats pure beetroot juice.
I hear athletes use beetroot juice before big races to get more oxygen to their muscles.
They do, and it works through basic, undeniable biochemistry. Beets contain the highest concentration of dietary nitrates in a drinkable form. When you drink it, the bacteria in your body convert those nitrates directly into nitric oxide. And as we discussed earlier, nitric oxide is the master molecule that tells your arteries to relax and expand.
How much do they actually expand?
Clinical studies have shown that a concentrated dose of beetroot juice can widen your blood vessels by up to 30% within just a couple of hours. 30%! Think about what that means for a starving nerve in your foot.
It means the highway just got 3 lanes wider.
Exactly. If you drink a small glass of pure beetroot juice before bed, you are essentially preloading your system with nitric oxide, so when you fall asleep and your blood pressure naturally drops, your vessels are chemically propped wide open. The warm blood easily reaches your toes all night long. Many of my patients report that the burning and cramping stops within the very first week.
Again, I assume we are keeping the dose small here before bed?
Yes, about 4 to 6 ounces of pure pressed beetroot juice. No added sugars, no preservatives. The taste is very earthy and sweet. If you cannot tolerate the taste, you can mix it with a tiny splash of water or even a little bit of that tart cherry juice. Just remember, your urine might turn pink the next morning. It is called bituria, and it is completely harmless.
Okay, we have hibiscus tea, tart cherry juice, and beetroot juice. But you promised us a 4th drink, a traditional Japanese secret.
Yes. Drink number 4 is something you will rarely hear about in Western clinics, but it is a staple in Japan for longevity and vascular health. It is called sobacha, or roasted buckwheat tea.
Roasted buckwheat? I don't think I've ever seen that in a normal grocery store. What makes it so powerful for neuropathy?
Sobacha contains an incredibly high concentration of a bioflavonoid called rutin. This is why I saved this drink for last. Beetroot juice is wonderful for widening your large arteries, the main highways, but neuropathy is a disease of the microcirculation, the tiny microscopic capillaries that connect to the actual nerve endings.
So the beets open the highways, but the sobacha fixes the side streets?
That is the perfect analogy, John. Rutin is clinically proven to strengthen the walls of fragile capillaries and microblood vessels. It prevents them from leaking and helps rebuild the microscopic vascular network that feeds your nervous system. If you strengthen the capillaries, the nerves finally get their food.
And is it good for bedtime?
It is perfect for bedtime. Soba cha is 100% caffeine-free. It has a warm, toasted, nutty flavor that is incredibly soothing. Monks in Japan have drank it for centuries to calm the mind and body. You can easily find it online or at Asian specialty markets. If you want to rebuild the tiny vessels in your feet, soba cha is your daily tonic.
Doctor, this is an amazing lineup, but you mentioned earlier that there is a strict rule we have to follow, and a bathroom habit that can ruin all of this.
Yes, we must talk about execution, or this will not work. Rule number 1 is the 90-minute rule. You must consume your chosen drink exactly 90 minutes before you intend to go to sleep.
Why 90 minutes specifically? Why not right as you get into bed?
2 reasons. First, it takes your body about 45 to 60 minutes to convert the nitrates and compounds in these drinks into active nitric oxide in your bloodstream. By drinking it 90 minutes prior, the vasodilation hits its absolute peak just as your head hits the pillow and your heart rate drops. It is perfect timing.
And the second reason?
The bathroom. If you drink liquids right as you get into bed, you will wake up at 2 a.m. to use the restroom. That shatters your deep sleep cycle, which stops nerve repair. Drinking it 90 minutes early gives your kidneys time to process the liquid, so you can use the bathroom before you get under the covers. But there is one more bathroom habit that could ruin all the benefits.
That is such a vital, practical tip. Now, what is the bathroom habit that ruins the benefits?
This is the mouthwash trap. After you drink your beetroot juice, do not go into the bathroom and use a harsh, antibacterial mouthwash to brush your teeth.
Wait, really? Why does mouthwash matter?
Because the conversion of nitrates into nitric oxide actually begins in your mouth. You have friendly, symbiotic bacteria living on your tongue that do the first stage of the chemical conversion. If you swish with alcohol-based antibacterial mouthwash, you kill all of that good bacteria. The conversion stops. You destroy the entire circulatory benefit of the drink.
I would have never ever guessed that. So just brush with regular toothpaste and skip the intense mouthwash.
Exactly. Give your body the raw materials, protect the bacteria that process it, and let your vascular system do the healing it desperately wants to do.
Doctor, this changes everything. We aren't just managing the pain, we are chemically forcing the pathways open so the body can breathe again.
That is the truth, John. Your nerves are not necessarily gone forever. They are just starving. Feed them the right way tonight, and your body will reward you.
Now that your blood is finally flowing and those vessels are wide open, you need to release the physical muscular tension in your legs so you can actually fall asleep. So click the video on your screen right now to see the 3 gentle bedtime stretches you can do right on your mattress to fall asleep instantly. Like, subscribe, and we will see you over there.